Airbnb versus hotel accommodation. Which is your go-to when traveling within Europe? Watch this detailed comparison to know what option best suits you. Hello people, if you're a returning viewer, you are welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Woni Douglas, and on this space I share mostly informative content about my perspective and experiences living, working and navigating the EU as an African expert. So if this piques your interest, you know what to do. Please click on the subscribe button to stay connected and give this video a thumbs up too. Thank you. Now let us jump right into the juice of today's conversation. Should you reserve an Airbnb or a hotel accommodation on your next trip or vacation within the EU? Now, the answer depends on what is important to you. So I'm going to be comparing both options using the same criteria. That way, you can make an informed decision. And trust me, your accommodation plays a vital role for your vacation experience, and you want to get it right from the start. So the first criterion I'll be addressing is cost and value for money. Airbnbs tend to be a little more affordable, or a lot more affordable in some cases when compared to hotel accommodation within the EU. So if you do a quick search for hotel accommodations under 100 euros and Airbnb accommodations under 100 euros within the same city or town, you're going to find a lot more options in the Airbnb tab when compared to the hotel tab. Also, I think you're more likely to get a private full one-bed Airbnb apartment with its own living, dining, kitchen for the same price, or around the same price you get a regular standard hotel room. So in this case, I'd say Airbnbs give more value for money because a full hotel suite of that, capacity would cost a whole lot more. So next on my list is convenience and flexibility. So let's say you're traveling as a large group or a family. You'd agree with me that it would be a lot more convenient to rent a spacious house, a spacious Airbnb house, than to rent separate hotel rooms or suites. There are very spacious apartments available on Airbnb with several rooms, a massive kitchen, and sometimes you can even get a swimming pool, a private swimming pool, and hot tub. So if you want that flexibility and convenience of having your own space, like a home away from home setting, then the Airbnbs will be your best bet. Don't get me wrong, you can get a somewhat similar experience with hotels, but this is going to come at a higher price tag. Next on my list is comfort. So regarding comfort, sometimes it may depend on your individual needs. With hotels, you are guaranteed top-notch customer service in most cases, access to laundry, housekeeping, and everything else that will make your stay comfortable with no worries at all. So if you want your accommodation to be regularly clean, sheets changed, bed laid without asking or even lifting a finger, then you need a hotel accommodation. Especially if you don't want to worry about anything apart from food, obviously, in which case you can order in room service if you have the budget for it, or eat at the hotel restaurant. Most hotel accommodations also come with complimentary breakfast, so that's one meal sorted per day that you don't have to worry about. On the other hand, with an Airbnb accommodation, your comfort is primarily your responsibility. While there are housekeeping and cleaning services, they come at an additional expense and you most likely have to schedule them. Also, breakfast is not guaranteed. As a matter of fact, it's not even stated, so the host is not even obliged to provide breakfast. However, I have used an Airbnb that provided breakfast and additional cereals and snacks for the entire duration of my stay. So point number 3 would be access to amenities, aka gym, swimming pool, etc. The hotel accommodation will give you access to common areas and amenities such as a gym or a swimming pool or a hot tub. This is something you should consider, especially if you have a routine that you would like to continue during your vacation days. I feel like this is one good advantage of hotels over Airbnbs because these amenities will be non-existent in most Airbnbs. Well, that's unless you book an apartment in a resort or one of the popular holiday homes in the EU. So if this is important to you, I think staying in a hotel will make the most sense. However, if you're like me and you barely get to use any of these amenities during your stay in the hotel, or you probably do not have time for them during your stay or your vacation, which is understandable, then you should look at the Airbnb option, especially if value for money and flexibility is at the top of your priority list. Finally, check-in options. So I feel like this is more of a difference than a comparison. So all the Airbnbs I've used within the EU in the past year, sent instructions to self-check-in and check-out on the day of arrival. The instructions were pretty clear. Tells you how to access or enter the building, includes passcodes, what elevator you should use, and what number your apartment is. But this is not the case with hotel accommodations, as you would definitely go through the front desk to get your assigned key and eventually drop it off at point of checkout as well. If you watched up to this point, please leave a comment down below on what your preferred accommodation is. Is it Airbnb or hotels? And thank you so much for watching. As always, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And until I come your way again in my next video, do have an amazing day. Bye bye.